to be the greatest country in the world. And it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for. And if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
All right, what is going on, America? Welcome to, what is today? Thursday's episode of Dear America. We have a lot to jump into. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I may be wrong about by Friday. I may have been wrong about that. It's looking that way. Maybe so, maybe not. Tonight at 5:30, Biden is addressing NATO. So a lot of people are putting a lot of weight on this. If he comes out looking weak and all over the place again, it's going to get worse. But the biggest things are now, inside reports are saying that funding has literally stopped. Fundraising has stopped. The faucet has been turned off on Joe Biden, and that is life-threatening conditions for a campaign. And also the third wave of the Take Out Biden, which is the Hollywood elites turning on him, has now started. And we have updated news today of groundbreaking information about who George Clooney talked to before he actually submitted his quotes for the New York Times bombshell article of him asking for Joe Biden to step out of the race. You are not going to want to miss this. But first things first, let's get business out of the way. We need you to hit that like button. The more you hit the like button, the more people see this video. We need you to hit that share button, all the above. Comment in the chat right now. Do you think Joe Biden is going to be on the ballot in November? Yes or no? Let us know what you think. But before we go any further, let's get into our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, we've talked to you far and wide about the economy. We've talked to you far and wide about the attack against the U.S. dollar. It is literally part of President Trump's agenda is to make the U.S. dollar the national or the worldwide currency again, because there is an active attack against it. Your money does not mean what it used to mean. So I need you to text the word Graham, that's Graham, to 989898 right now to my friends at Birch Gold. They're going to send you a 25-page information kit. You can literally text the number while you're watching this show. You don't even have to stop viewing the show. They're going to send you an information kit on how gold, silver, and precious metals can save your money against not only Joe Biden's economy, but against the worldwide attack against the U.S. dollar. Text the word Graham, that's Graham, to 989898 right now. Next, we got to tell you about our new friends at Silent. All right, let's see here. We've seen it let's go full screen. There we go. We've seen it time and time again. Somebody exposes the truth just to be labeled a conspiracy theorist, or as we like to call them, realist, only to be proven right later on. I feel like that's my autobiography at this point. Well, let me tell you about the next thing you should be concerned about, the government geo-tracking of your phone and other devices. We've seen the government use geofencing to track devices of individuals on January 6th, leading to unwarranted arrest without evidence of wrongdoing. Stop big tech and government overreach. There's no other option. You have to protect yourself. Silent offers an efficient and easy solution to protect your location and personal data. Their Faraday products block all incoming and outgoing signals so no one can get their hands on your information. Simply place your device inside, close the sleeve, and that's it. You're off the grid, untrackable, and safeguarded from unauthorized access. Go to Silent today. That's slnt.com/Graham to save 15% plus free shipping on qualifying orders. Stay ahead of what's coming and secure your privacy today. Again, that's slnt.com/Graham for 15% off and free shipping. That's slnt.com/Graham. All right, let's get into it today. I got a heart out today. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about airplanes. Dear sweet goodness, I am not Catholic, but baby Jesus, Mary, all of them. I don't care. I need help because I am trying to do better and get on planes. I am, and I've been doing it. You people know how I feel about this crap. I literally flew out of a hurricane the other day, okay? And just when I start to make some emotional, non-heart attack progress, I see crap like this. Breaking just yesterday. Okay, these are two airplanes that almost collide with each other through DEI hires doing the, I don't know what it's called, the air traffic control or whatever.
that's it.
These planes taking off, and watch this horrifying video. Here, this is not a UFO. These are airplanes that like barely graze each other, like going through the air. Check this video out. Ah! Look at it. Look at it. Are you kidding me? Listen to the pilot. Listen to the pilot.
Who's cleared to take off on 2A?
Boom. Wait, who's clear? Who's clear to take off? Look, it's so bad the police are actually watching. Look, oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being in the window seat and just seeing a Boeing coming at you? And right now, being on a Boeing 737 is like a death wish anyway.
That other plane looks smaller. It looks like a small plane.
Maybe, who cares? It's still an airplane. we like, the sky is gigantic. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand cars barely hitting each other on the side of the road. The sky is all of it. Like,
I bet this.
There's no blockings in the sky. How is this happening?
I bet this happens more often than not. Maybe not in the air, but when they're landing, I've seen a couple of videos when they almost landed on top of each other.
I'm gonna be sick, Tony, because of what you just said.
Well, it's true.
I'm gonna be sick.
I mean, it happens more often than it does. I mean, when you're having all those flights, landing and taking off and whatnot, and there's 1 or 2 or 3 traffic controllers up there trying to keep everything straight.
I'm just saying. DEI hires are destroying. It is only a matter of time before DEI hires get hundreds of people killed because of this kind of stuff. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no, the hits just keep coming. Yesterday, travelers barely avoided literal death. Okay, literal death. This plane is getting ready to take off. It's American Airlines. So this is a big deal here. Okay, so all of the planes that have had issues so far have been United and Spirit and Southwest and Alaska Air and all this stuff. Now American Airlines, okay? This plane it's speeding up, and this sucker is seconds from lifting up off the air.
This is my airport. This is where I fly out of. I fly American. I could have been on this plane.
Yeah, exactly. And the tires, just wait to see what happens with the tires. Play it. Just play it. Wait for it. This thing's speeding up. Look. Exploding. The tires exploded right before this freaking thing's supposed to lift up off the ground. Do you know what would have happened to them? Look at it. Pause. Do you realize what would have happened if they had gotten up in the air and the tires are exploded? Do you have it? Do you know how dangerous it is? And everyone's like, oh, you just want to get into the ground. Shut up. I can't stand any of you people. Like, and here's the worst part. Planes are sucking more than they've ever sucked, ever. Yeah. Okay. And the tickets to go possibly die are more expensive than they've ever been. Okay. Like, I'm serious. Go get you a normal main cabin seat, and you're paying $600-700 for a main cabin seat to possibly die. I just can't. I just, people need to go to jail. That's all I'm saying. People need to go to jail. Boeing literally needs to be like shut down at this point. Like, do you know that
whistleblowers are not going to jail? They're going to somewhere else.
They're going to the cemetery. But either way, exactly. All right. Look, do you know Expedia has literally added a new thing to where you can select a plane that you refuse to fly on because the Boeing 737 is so bad. It's only a matter of time. DEI gets people killed. I said it. I meant it. DEI gets people killed.
I think I'm gonna patent that what you just said right now. I want to make a T-shirt that said
DEI gets people killed.
No, a ticket to possibly die. American Airlines.
Yeah, sir. yeah. An upcharge, 30% increase on a ticket to possibly die.
Yep. That's
anyway, all right. Let's jump right into it here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about this. All right. So the Democrats have always had a strategy. The strategy has always been they get the candidate. The Democrats, although insane, have always been unified, and then they get the Hollywood elites to stand beside them. The third wave of the attack against Joe Biden is already starting. Okay, now the Hollywood elites are starting to come out against Joe Biden. Most notably yesterday, George Clooney calls on Biden to drop out of the race. Let's go to the flashback really quick. This is a mere like 2 weeks after him, George Clooney, Jimmy Kimmel, Barack Obama hold this big benefit to raise money. Remember this video where they have to lead Joe Biden off like a dog, like an elderly dog with cataracts and glaucoma that can't see? Look, he's frozen. Come on, Joe. Come on. We got to look. Look at this feeble old man walking off the road or walking off the stage. All right, pause. Okay. So we all saw that. And remember how they told us that was a cheap fake. It's not real. Cheap fake. They even created a fake Urban Dictionary thing about this. But now George Clooney.
They invented a word.
They invented a word to make us look like liars. But now George Clooney has come out and said this in a direct quote from the New York Times article. This is George Clooney. George Clooney, worst Batman in history. Quote, the Joe Biden, he was the nipple Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, he was a Batman with the nip nips and things like that. He was the Batman that was in some cold weather at all times. You know what I'm saying? Them suckers could cut through adamantium of Wolverine claws. I'm telling you, them things were either way. The Joe Biden I was with 3 weeks ago at the fundraiser was not the Joe, quote, big effing deal, end quote, Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate.
Ouch.
So here's what's happening, okay? Now, and again, why people aren't furious at George Clooney is beyond me. They're like, okay, Mo, you liar. So you knew the whole time. You knew the whole time that this dude was a geriatric patient pooping his pants and you're leading him across the thing, but you say nothing because the Democrats are all a bunch of liars. So this is why Joe Biden is not going to be on the ticket, because now the Hollywood elites are turning out and they're not only saying Joe Biden should step down, they're saying that they've seen it firsthand that this dude is completely gone. And they covered it up. Nobody's mad at George Clooney because of it, but whatever. I'm crazy across the board. But here's the most interesting thing, and this was broken by the Post Millennial literally 10 minutes ago. George Clooney reached out to Obama himself.
Ooh, that's huge.
Before publishing the New York Times op-ed calling for Biden to step down. Zoom in on the quote there at the bottom. Zoom in on it.
Oh.
Yeah, that right there. Zoom in on that. Can we not zoom in?
There we go.
Okay. Quote, while Obama did not encourage or advise Clooney to say what he said, he also didn't object to it.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Barack Obama and Michelle are behind all this stuff. The Obamas are the most powerful people in the DNC. They are.
I agree.
They're the most powerful. Okay. The Clintons, yeah, they are, because they got dirt on everybody. Pelosi's got some weight. Absolutely. Chuck Schumer, yeah, but don't get it twisted. The Obamas run the Democrat Party.
I agree.
The fact that just think about it for 5 seconds. George Clooney reached out to Barack Obama before he did this. And he's like, yo, hey, Barack, I'm going to publish this op-ed telling the truth about Joe Biden, that he is completely decrepit. He's lost his mind and he needs to drop out of the race. If Joe Biden wasn't going to be replaced, Barack Obama would have said, no, you can't do that. We have to unite behind Joe Biden. We have to be united behind the candidate. But he didn't. He didn't stop it. And not doing anything is the same as doing something.
And this goes back to what we were talking about last week of the power struggle going on between Jill and Hunter Biden pushing the dad to stay in the race with the Obamas. Remember, we've been seeing articles that the Obamas and the Bidens aren't on the same page anymore. So, I mean, this is huge.
Yes, it is huge because this is the third wave, the third wave of the attacks on Joe Biden. We also have some. What is the Charlie tweet here? I forgot.
That's
what
the
that is.
list of people. Who,
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Charlie Kirk and his team did a great thing. This is the list of people, and this was before the Chuck Schumer stuff broke, or maybe this was after it. Okay, let's zoom in on this just a little bit. Okay, Charlie said, since nobody in the press seems to be making a full list of Democrat power players calling for Joe Biden to quit, his team, today we added George Clooney. Okay, so I don't know if this was before Schumer stuff came out, which we're going to talk about. So Rep Craig Doggart, whatever that word is, Moulton, Quigley, Cheryl Smith, Nadler, so Jerry Nadler, the Penguin himself, Joe Morrell, other Democrats calling for Biden to step aside, James Corville, Netflix founder Ree Hastings, Walmart Harris, Christy Walton, Lawrence Lessing, George Clooney, Rob Reiner, Jon Stewart, Stephen King, Michael Moore, Atlanta Journal-Constitutional Editorial Board, New York Times Editorial Board, left-wing New York Times opinion columnist Nicholas Kristof, Tom Friedman, Paul Krugman, Frank Bruni, and David French. Dear Lord, what a decrepit human being David French is. The Atlantic, Boston Globe Editorial Board, New Yorker Editorial Board, multiple CNN analysts, George Stephanopoulos, elected officials publicly saying Biden will lose or likely lose, but not quite calling for Joe Biden to step down. Senator Michael Bennet, Senator Richard Blumenthal, quote, I am deeply concerned about President Biden. Representative Mary Gluesenkamp Perez. Why do Democrats have weird names? Anyway, all right. Rep. Jared Golden calling for cognitive tests on both candidates. Nancy Pelosi even saying, quote, calling for a soul searching from the Biden camp. The Washington Post editorial board. Democrat donors pausing giving. All right, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Abigail Disney, an heiress to the Disney fortune, plans to withhold donations to Democrats until Joe Biden drops out. Gideon Stein said he's decided to pause planned donations of $3.5 million. Carla Jurvenston, major Democrat donor, hinted as recently as Tuesday in a private donor call that she agrees with the sentiment on pausing donations until Biden stepped down. She gave $30 million in 2020. Hollywood Democrat mega donor Ari Emanuel, I had a father who died at 92, but at 81, I took away his car. It's a very simple test for me. Nameless donors told Politico the event of recent days have put at risk House and Senate Democrats, and we feel it around the country. Clearly, Democrat donors are looking down at the ballot candidates to try to salvage the House or Senate. They also told Variety there is a sense that the money dried up last night, about 10 minutes into the debate. And then Charlie said, who did they miss?
You know what this list does to me, or to me, it just pisses me off because all these people have known for a long time that Joe has been on the decline. I mean, two rednecks and a Mexican, and I don't know what to call you, Royce.
Whoa!
But you know,
whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Whoa, did you?
We've been talking about his decline for a long time, and they're in the inner circle of it. All these people have no balls whatsoever. They're just strolling him around like an old man, just letting him do his thing. I mean, and they've put us in a position as a country, as a weak country, and it just pisses me off.
It's because Bill O'Reilly was right. The decision has been made, and all these other political pundits, I'm telling you, they're wrong. The decision, I may be wrong about Friday, and I'll give you that, okay? It's looking like, but tonight may be a horrific disaster, and I still may be right. We'll see. But the decision has already been made that Joe Biden's getting rid of, okay? And you look at the mounting and stacking things. Everybody's like, but AOC came up. At the end of the day, AOC has no power in the Democrat Party.
Yeah, Harry Sisson also made a tweet, but I don't think that's changing anything.
Yeah, I mean, granted, that's a major blow for Biden, dropping out because Harry Sisson Girl Pants said that, he's doing great. But the people that are coming behind Joe Biden in support, they have no power in the Democrat Party. Not really. They toe the line and they will do what they's told to do. And what you're seeing right now is a very concentrated effort, slowly, gradually, snowball effect mounting. If Biden looks weak tonight, wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. Watch what happens. If Biden looks weak tonight, and we'll be paying attention to this, if Biden looks weak tonight, I would not be shocked if it is an all-out war.
I remember we had that. Was that an elected official that said, "Watch what happens this weekend. Watch what comes out this weekend"? Who was that said? I don't remember who was it that said it. But anyways,
Manchin.
Was it? Okay, yeah. So very interested to see what happens after what Joe speaks again and what happens this weekend. So,
I would not be shocked if it's bad because he had that taped interview with Stephanopoulos and it did not go great. I do not see any world where Joe Biden, it's 5:00 our time, but I think it's way past 8:00 wherever he's at. And so I don't think it's going to go well. And I think you're going to see a horrific storm come Monday morning. I really do. But don't just take my word for it. Sky News is roasting Democrats across the board here. Let's play this clip. Check this out.
Well, maybe US Congresswoman Maxine Waters should get some media training. Check out this car crash interview on CNN.
This is hilarious.
They've seen President Biden.
She's so
They've lived
drunk.
through
Look at
his
this. Look at
presidency.
her.
They've also seen former President Trump. They've lived through his presidency. They've heard these
Nope, wrong way.
arguments about democracy, about the fate of the election, and yet Trump is not only
somebody
winning,
get her.
but winning increasingly by a larger margin. So what is the plan among Democrats to change that trajectory? It sounds like you're talking about saying and doing all the same things, but do you believe that something needs to change?
She got it.
I think we need to keep working.
Wow, and what perfect timing. You got to
Now,
give it
listen,
to her.
It's not easy to be on TV. It can be quite difficult and stuff. But what do you think? Could you relate to that at all?
Pause.
But anyway,
Pause.
the
Pause.
business-
Go back to that dude. Just a little bit. No. When he's turning to his right, all the way when he's turning right there. Can we talk about the hairline on this dude? Look how far back that thing. He's like in the middle of transforming right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that sucker.
I thought you were going on a totally different way. Like,
Look how high up. That is a
congresswoman.
10 head.
This
What
poor guy.
in the what? Can we zoom in just a little bit?
Yeah.
Just right. Good Lord. People listening on audio are like, what? What's happening? What's happening?
Him brushing his hair is just like brushing the top of his head, and that's it.
Dude, that ain't a 5 head. Somebody said it's a 5 head. No, it ain't. That is a look at the size of his hands. That's a 6, 7 head easy. I don't know, man. That's rough.
Runway.
Anyway, the point is, other countries are even talking about the Democrats now and how crazy it is. Also, real quick, I want to talk about two demons finding each other for a match made in HELL. Alex Soros, the son of George Soros, is now engaged to Huma Abedin. This is the I got to go back to biblical references and Revelations, but this has got to be one of the seals. I don't know. This is it's got to be. All right, the trumpets are getting ready. I'm telling you, this is some evil stuff right here. But we got to get into another sponsor because we got more groundbreaking stuff to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for you to ditch your evil cell phone company, and it's time for you to switch to Patriot Mobile, a Christian pro-life cell phone company, by going to patriotmobile.com/Graham. Join me, Dan Bongino, Charlie Kirk, Glenn Beck, Sebastian Gorka, Steve Bannon, and the list goes on and on. They've got this new technology called Patriot Mobile One, okay, where they've got 2 towers. See how it's right there? You can, if you're going somewhere and AT&T sucks, you can switch towers to Verizon. If Verizon sucks, you can switch to AT&T. Graham, the promo code Graham, GRAHAM, saves you activation, free activation. You can keep your phone, keep your number, get a new phone, get a new number. It's cheaper, it's better, it's Christian. What are you waiting for? Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. It's patriotmobile.com/Graham, promo code Graham. All right, here we go. So Nancy Pelosi made some statements about Trump being in cognitive decline and stuff like that. So Trump challenges Nancy Pelosi to debate. Trump just wants to debate everybody at this point. You get a debate. You get a debate. You get a debate. Everybody gets to debate. Trump says crazy Nancy Pelosi is a cognitive mess. She has now turned against Crooked Joe. She's saying he doesn't have what it takes. Really? Question mark. I'd love to debate her about what the radical left Democrats have done to ruin our country. She wouldn't last 5 minutes. The only negative I'm going to say about this, I love President Trump. He will be the 47th president of the United States. But how sad is it that the biggest names in political parties across the board are all being challenged to cognitive test because they've all been around for so long? My grandfather died at 89. So Joe Biden's fixing to be 82. So 7 years, okay? And he died. But at 81, I would not have had my grandfather be president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just, it's sad to me that we're in a state to where the most powerful leaders of our country.
And it is, because I'm a proponent of term limits, because I mean, just to think politicians who've been there forever, I always compare it to like the Dallas Cowboys. You know, Jerry Jones, he's been in power. He's owned that team forever, and their team sucks. They can't do what needs to be done. He can't step outside the box and see what is happening. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can't have politicians in there forever, and it's just it doesn't work.
Well, what do old people do when they get old? They get angry, they get territorial, they want to hold on to what they got. I mean, these are classic things because they're literally at the end of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd say I think it kind of almost looks bad on Trump for only wanting to debate people he thinks and everybody else thinks is a cognitive mess. I think he should be calling out people who are Democrat and are all there and not in their 80s. And debating them, and that would kind of show where because we all know he's sharp as a tack. He really is, and I think he could debate anybody. But for him to only be calling out people like Joe Biden, obviously because he's the president, but then Pelosi because she's a cognitive mess, like I don't think that makes Trump better.
Trump's going to do whatever he wants to do at the end of the day. I mean, you know, his team is going to instruct him like on what they think and whatnot. But at the end of the day, Trump's going to do what Trump wants to do. If I were on the team, I'd be like, Mr. President, just focus on fundraising. Like, don't even acknowledge anything that's going on. Let these people cannibalize themselves. But Trump's going to do what Trump's going to do. All right, here we go. And this is the point where we remind you to hit the like button, hit the share button, and comment below. Do you think that this is the death blow for Joe Biden? Groundbreaking, earth-shattering reports came out last night, if you will. To NBC News. Let's zoom in on this so we can read it here. I don't care about the tweet. I want to see the article. All right, so here we go. President Joe Biden's campaign has already suffered a major slowdown in donations, and officials are bracing for a seismic fundraising hit, with the fallout from a debate nearly 2 weeks ago taking a sizable toll on operations, according to 4 sources close to the re-election effort. Quote, "It's already disastrous." One of the sources close to Biden's re-election said of fundraising, and then another one said, quote, "The money has absolutely shut off." Another source close to the re-election said. So my question is, are all those reports that they raised $30-something million after the debate, were those total and complete lies? I'm curious.
Or where did it go?
Or where did it go? Right? But what they're saying is right now. So here's what I think happened. I think they had some really rich donors that had PACs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They were able to donate and all this other kind of stuff. But as far as donations from people, I mean, go back to the quote again. I mean, this is from people. I love how they word it. Close to the re-election effort. It's people in the campaign. That's what that means. It's literally the campaign. The campaign is leaking info now. Quote, "The money has absolutely shut off." And some people in the chat are probably going to be like, "This is a psyop. There's no way, da-da-da-da-da. They just want you to believe." You got to report an FEC filing report, fundraising every 90 days. Mm-hmm. So if this is a lie, it will be found out completely across the board. I don't know how what is the benefit of lying if this is not true? What's the benefit of that? I guess to maybe scare people to donate more, maybe. That wouldn't make me want to donate more. If Donald Trump today came out and said 0 donations have come in, like the money is completely dried up, I wouldn't immediately go, oh my gosh, I need to go donate. I would immediately go, what the crap is going on?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's because I am what I consider to be a rational thinking human being. I don't see the play like, oh, this is just a play to get more donations. By saying that the money is gone, there's no money. Like the money's drying up. We're going to be dead in 3 months. Like there's no money. Like what? And comment in the chat. I want to know what you think. I want to hear your opinions. What?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
What is the play there of a psyop? That how does that make people want to give more money when they hear that? Like
Yeah, it obviously
I don't
doesn't
know.
show strength in the campaign at all. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's like buying
Just trying to
stock.
read some people's stuff here.
It's like buying stock in a company that's going bankrupt, and you know it's going bankrupt. It's just, why would you do it? It doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, all right, but that's not it though. The hits keep coming. All right, so we've got what is the next one here? What is this? Axios is now reporting, this came out last night, that Chuck Schumer in private conversations is open to dumping Biden in 2024. In fact, I'm telling you right now, they're having conversations of how does this happen? We talked about it on Monday. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and a matter of what is his severance package. That's what all this is about. They are dumping Joe Biden. And I agree with Bill O'Reilly. I think the decision was made the night of the debate. He's gone. I think the decisions were being floated around before the debate, and after the debate, it was gone. Why it matters. In public, Schumer has been insistent that he is for Joe. In private, he's singing a different tune. Over the last 12 days, Schumer has been listening to donors' ideas and suggestions about the best way forward for the party, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. The majority leader is one of several Democrats, including former President Obama and former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who has the political and personal standing to convince Biden to step aside. Even so, Biden can still dig in, and delegates are pledged to him. As I have made clear repeatedly, publicly and privately, I support President Biden. This is his public statement. But behind closed doors, people are leaking. No, he's having conversations about all this stuff. Speaking of the delegates, can we go to that thing from Charlie about the delegates?
Yeah.
This is another thing that's going on behind the scenes. This is from Politico. Is now reporting that a few dozen DNC delegates are organizing a petition requesting rules changes so that the party nomination is a secret ballot with delegates allowed to vote however they wish. Remember when I said, do you remember when I said, and everybody was like, oh, Graham, Joe Biden's got the delegates and they can't do that and da-da-da-da-da. Don't tell me that they can't change the rules and there's no precedence, and that's impossible. We live in impossible times, and Politico is now reporting that DNC delegates are actively organizing a petition to request changes to the rules to where they can write in whoever they want. Michelle Obama. I'm just saying. I mean, where they can write in whatever they want. Somebody just said they cannot remove Biden. Just a fact. Okay, well, just a fact, Jack. The DNC delegates are organizing petitions to try to change the rules.
So, Graham, I just looked up because I was talking to Royce before the show about the power struggle that might be going on there, invoking the 25th Amendment and whatnot. And I just looked it up, and it says that the Section 4, I guess it has different sections, and the 25th Amendment, Section 4 has never been used. And what Section 4 is, says it authorizes the vice president and the majority of the president's cabinet or Congress to decide if the president is unable to perform their duties. That's what Section 4 is, but it's never been used. There's Section 1, 2, and 3 have, and people that want to look up what the 25th Amendment stands for or what it is can look it up, and those have been used before, but Section 4 has never been used. So what I was talking to Royce about was what a mess it's going to be trying to get him out of there if he doesn't want to step down because of Jill and Hunter. If they're telling him to stay in the office, it's going to be a huge mess if the Obamas and Schumer and Pelosi are all trying to get him out of there, and he doesn't want to because of his cognitive, understanding. It's just going to be a huge mess, and they're just going to implode on each other.
I am telling you, maybe it's the 25th. Maybe it's he steps down, or maybe they change the rules for the DNC delegates and they have an open challenge in August. I am telling you, Joe Biden is not going to be on the ballot in November. Honestly, I don't give a crap how it happens. I'm telling you it's going to happen. So we can sit here and we can talk about all your rules, and I see people in the chat like, they can't do that. The rules say they can't. I literally just showed you that Politico, a left-leaning organization, is now reporting that DNC delegates are trying to get a petition together to change the freaking rules.
I mean, also, the rules say you can't interfere with an election. You can't rig an election, but clearly they're able and are capable of doing that. If they wanted to swap out Joe, I don't think anything's stopping them from just doing whatever they want.
That's true, because, I mean, and for everybody who's saying that they can't do that, look what happened in the Trump trial where the judge changed the law, literally while he was doing the trial.
Yeah. Literally, a judge was like, Mar-a-Lago's not worth $1 billion. It's worth $14 million.
He just came up with his own number.
He just said something. Like, you know what I mean? The thing, and if oh, Graham, you're being mean to us. Shut up and grow a big girl, big boy pants. We're talking for real. All right. If we live in a society where in the past year alone, how many things have they broken? How many things have they changed? How many rules have they not followed? You're going to sit there and tell me what they can and cannot do? You ain't paying attention. They can't do that. They can do whatever they want to do until we as people do something about it. And I love you to death. We ain't there yet. There ain't enough of us that are willing to do something about it, to truly stand up across the board. So they will do whatever they have to do. Joe Biden is off the ballot in November.
Yep. Somebody just said, we all know the rules don't apply to the Democrats.
Correct. Thank you. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know what we're fighting about right now. They can't do that. What? Yes, they can. As Barack Obama's catchphrase, that wasn't for the country, that was for the Democrats. Yes, we can. Yes, we can do whatever we want to do. Yes, we can screw over the American people. Yes, we can remove God out of our country, our school, our government. Yes, we can commit corruption. Yes, we can cover up the Epstein files. Yes, we can go after political opponents and weaponize the DOJ. Yes, we can. That's what that slogan actually meant. Yep. Yes, we can confuse the black population to believe that I'm actually going to do anything for them, but I'm actually going to be the most anti-black president of all time, even though I am a black man. Yes, we can.
That's such like a hype speech for Democrats right there. Like I can imagine all of that being said at like the DNC, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
that's what they're chanting.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Their next slogan is going to be, why not? Why not change the rules?
What about
this?
What about who's going to stop us?
Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
Us?
Yeah. Biden 28. If he's still alive. Dude. What are you going to do about it? What are we talking about? Of course they can. Of course they can, and they will. That's the thing. The decision's been made. Joe Biden's out. So all this, and I know that there are some conservative pundits that disagree with me, but I disagree with them. I would honestly say it's split right down the middle, 50-50. The conservative pundits that are talking, 50% think Biden's gone, 50% thinks Biden's staying in. I don't see it. I don't, especially with the House and the Senate now looking like it's going to lean Republican and Donald Trump's going to sweep the whole ticket.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Even if they put a candidate in that doesn't win the presidency, but they put a candidate in that can have enough sway to push that House and Senate vote back to make it competitive, I think they do that all day. I really do.
Yeah. Well, keeping Biden in the race is the best thing for the Republican Party because it's a guaranteed loss.
Yes.
Correct.
So if they do that, and that right there, letting us know that it's the best thing for the Republican Party, says that it's not going to happen. He's not going to stay in the race. Why would they give that to us?
Well, correct. And that's what I'm trying to tell everybody is I think we may be past, I think the Democrat, if Michelle isn't going to do it, because I'm telling you right now, President Trump's in trouble if Michelle Obama jumps in the race. But if Michelle's not going to do it, and I love everybody, Bongino said Michelle's not doing it. Well, me and Dan are friends. We agree to disagree on this. If Michelle doesn't do it, then they are accepting defeat of the presidency. They just are. If Michelle Obama doesn't jump in, they're accepting, okay, we've lost the presidency in this election cycle. You got to remember, Democrats think 10, 15 years ahead. Okay, we lost the presidency this cycle, but we got to put somebody in that can sway voters for us to be competitive to take back the House and the Senate. Joe Biden can't do any of those things. He's literally 0 for 3. He can't help with the presidency. He's going to lose it. He can't help with the House. He's already losing that. He can't help with the Senate. He's already losing that. He's 0 for 3. You're going to put somebody in there that can at least go 1 for 3. You know what I'm saying? They can at least lock the Senate up. So even if you lose the House to the Republicans, but you lock the Senate up in a deadlock, Trump can't do nothing. That's how America works. So you got to put somebody in that can at least get you one of those three. At least get you one of the three. Yeah. Presidency, if Michelle Obama doesn't jump in the race, I think the presidency is off the table, regardless for Democrats. I do. Unless it's just the most horrific steal of an election, even worse than 2020. I think the presidency is off the table. I think the fight is for the House and the Senate if Michelle Obama isn't going to jump in. If Michelle Obama jumps in, I'm just being honest, we're in trouble.
You think so? You don't think we're too big to rig?
If Michelle Obama jumps in, comment in the chat below. What do you think? I think if Michelle Obama jumps in, it's not good. I think that is like the apocalypse to happen to this election cycle is if Michelle Obama jumps in.
Well, I mean, though I agree with you almost on everything, I think if Michelle jumps in, I think it's a coin flip at that point. I think it's 50-50. And then they will have an option. They will have the chance to steal the election then. So, yeah, I mean, I think if Michelle jumps in, it is going to be a lot tougher for Trump to get elected than if Biden or anybody else jumps in there. So.
Somebody said, stop giving them ideas, Graham. I'm trying to think like the enemy. That's how you win a war.
I mean, they're literally doing damage control right now. That's all they're doing. They're trying to figure out, like Graham said, to hold on to the House and the Senate, because he's right. If Biden stays in there, which, we don't know if he's going to or not, but if Harris is in there as well, or whoever's in there, I think Trump is up so big that I don't think he's going to lose to anybody except possibly Michelle.
Well, also realistically, she might not be running this election, and the Democrats may have given up on the presidential seat this election, but she probably is the perfect candidate for 2028, as there's nobody on the Republican side who's ramped up their political career enough,
correct,
like she has, to be a solid candidate in 2028. I don't know anybody who was like, oh, that's definitely the guy. Yep. But Michelle's been in the spotlight long enough where after Trump can't run anymore, it's kind of, it's being given to her.
And that reinforces Graham's point to the Democrats thinking 10 years ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I think, again, you've got a candidate right now that's going to go 0 for 3. Presidency, House, Senate. What is the advantage of Democrats to allow that to happen? You at least got to win one of the three. I mean, at this point, again, unless Michelle Obama jumps in, at this point, you've at least got to get one of the three. You've at least got to, the presidency, I think, is gone. So really, you got to get one of the two. You either got to take majority of the House, or you've got to completely deadlock the Senate.
Let me ask you, when Reagan won, and he won like 49 states, what was the House and Senate like?
I'm pretty sure it was Republican.
Everything was Republican? Reagan won?
I'm pretty positive, yeah. I mean, I want to say Reagan's second election was one of the most dominant victories probably ever in American history, American politics across the board. I want to say.
I think we're looking at that with Trump, where the Republicans win everything, and a overwhelming amount of the country.
If Joe Biden stays in,
If
yes.
Joe Biden stays in.
I'm not saying that Donald Trump is going to win New York. I'm saying that New York's going to be the most competitive it's been probably in 30, 40 years. Yes. I mean, they did the Daily Show did a poll of their own the other day, and it was literally split 50-50. All black people from New York, who you voting for? Biden, Trump, Biden, Trump, Biden, Trump, Biden, Trump. Like it was split right down the middle. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm not saying that Biden or that Trump wins New York, but New York is not going to just be this automatic clean sweep, like domination, like they call it 5 minutes after the race is done this year. I'm telling you, it's not.
I think that the way it's going right now with the poll numbers, the way it's looking, that I think that it is going to be a sweep no matter who they put in there besides Michelle. Because I think the Democrats have done so much damage these last 3.5 years that people are fed up with it, whether that you'd be white, black, orange, yellow, whatever you are. I think people are fed up with it. They're seeing it in their pocketbooks. The gas prices, the grocery prices, they're fed up with all the Democratic crap that it is going to be a clean sweep no matter who's in there except Michelle. If Michelle comes in there, then it's a coin flip. Then it's going to be a boxing match. It's going to be a competitive boxing match. But
well, even if people don't think Michelle Obama wins, it makes it not too big to rig, to Royce's point. And so I'm telling you, Michelle Obama's the worst case scenario. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is like break the old 1970s glass where the red button is, like panic. Like that is bad. But either way, it all leads to Biden ain't it. And I don't see, I have analyzed it. I have thought about it. I have tried to figure it out as best I can. I don't see Democrats willing to go 0 for 3 in the election cycle. I don't see that. So presidency is out unless Michelle Obama jumps in. But all of you say that Dan Bongino said she's not. So I guess that means she's not.
Somebody said Tony is feisty today.
Yeah. Tony's feisty today. He's feisty. So you got to go one of the two. You got to put somebody in that can at least have some influence over that. And that's not Joe Biden. But either way. All right. Real quick, let's talk about the active traders. Speaking of those of you who say that, they won't do that. Well, the SAVE Act that was put, and the purpose of the SAVE Act is to make it in layman's terms where only American citizens can vote in an election. Why we're having to have a vote on that is beyond me. This is your taxpayer dollars at work, people. Mm-hmm. We are voting, literally went to the floor for a vote, and now it's going to go to the Senate on whether or not we should protect the fact that only American citizens vote in elections. I'm going to say it one more time because it may not make a lot of sense to you, but that is what we are voting on, and that is what your taxpayer dollars are paying for these idiots to do. To pass a legislation that protects the sanctity of our vote as American citizens, that it is a right that only American citizens have to vote, in American elections. It may seem like that is absolute lunacy because it is, but that is where we are. But rest assured that there are these people in the founding fathers' days would have been viewed as traitors. They would have been taken out back and they would have pulled their sabers out, and you can guess the rest. Mm-hmm. All right. They would have been tarred and feathered. They would have been, they'd be at Yellowstone. They'd be at the train station,
That's why they say the Republican Party is the party of common sense, because how is this even, like you said, how is it a debate? How is this being voted on? It doesn't make any sense.
But here's the thing. 198 Democrats voted no, that we should not protect the sanctity of the American vote in American elections. That, by every definition, makes them a traitor to the country. Can you Google political definition of traitor? I'm just curious what the political definition of traitor is. I have not looked it up. I just want to see political definition traitor or traitor country definition for traitor or something like that. I just want to see what the definition is. Let's see.
Oh, it's giving me like stocks. Hold up.
Traitor.
Yeah.
Not traitor.
Yeah. Got it.
Traitor. I know my accent sounds like traitor, but it's traitor. Traitor. Oh, okay. Typically includes acts such as participating in war against one native country, attempting to overthrow its government, spying on its military, its diplomats, or its secret service for a hostile and foreign power, or attempting to kill its head of state. So there you go, attempting to overthrow its government. Wouldn't that be allowing illegals to vote
Absolutely.
in American elections?
Absolutely.
So doesn't that fall underneath the freaking definition of a traitor?
No.
Comment in the chat right now. I want to know what you think. Are these 198 Democrats officially traitors? I would, if I was in Congress right now, I would be typing up a bill to take to the floor to deem them as traitors and enemies of the state of America. All 198 of them, I would be bringing it to the floor to classify them as traitors and enemies of the state, because they cannot be trusted to put the best interest of the American people and the American public. They can't be trusted. They're traitors. By very definition of what it says a traitor is, attempting to overthrow its government. Okay. Wouldn't that be not protecting the sanctity of American elections? That sounds like attempting to overthrow the government to me. What do you think? Traitors? Yes. Seems like everybody's kind of in agreement here. Like this is blatant definition of being a traitor to the government.
And we've had conversations about illegal immigrants in past shows or whatnot, and you can find clips of Pelosi, Schumer, Obama all saying we need to stop illegal immigration or whatnot. Not only did they open the borders now and let them all in, they're giving them all, and we talked about that I think yesterday, the day before. They're giving them money, they're giving them places to stay, they're giving them full 100% rights that the American citizens have here.
They're
and
giving
they're
them
doing it all
social
for
security cards.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we got a couple of clips coming up if we have time for what they're doing to get them registered.
Well, we can just pull that out real quick. It's a 7-minute video, but you can catch the thing here. Jones posted this. Illegal immigrants are gaining Social Security numbers within 4 months of crossing the border. You know how long it took for me to get Asha Marie's Social Security card through legal adoption? Almost a year.
That is absolutely nuts.
Almost a year. It took almost a year to get my daughter's Social Security number through legal adoption, but illegal immigrants are getting it in 4 months.
Yeah. No, I saw a clip. I sent in the clip. I don't think we used it, but I sent the clip in of retired U.S. citizens getting anywhere from $900 to $1,200 a month. If they're lucky at the max, $1,200. They're letting illegal immigrants come in and giving them $1,400 a month to come in illegally, giving them Social Security, giving them all the benefits that citizens have that have worked their whole lives in this country to build this country. And
it is better. It is better for you to be a lazy, good for nothing criminal today. You could quit your job right now and vote Democrat, and you would make more money than if you went to work a job 40 hours a week. True?
True.
All you got to do is be a Democrat, vote Democrat, the end. Quit your job, stop paying your mortgage, stop paying your car note, apply for Social Security, disability, welfare, Medicaid, Medicare, whatever it is, all this kind of stuff. All you got to do is vote Democrat and just be a degenerate. Internet is a human right. Cell phone's a human right. House, human right. Cars, human right. All the above. That's all you got to do. You can make $120,000 a year for doing nothing right now. Do you realize that? Plus free health care. You can make $100,000 a year between you and if you also have a good for nothing spouse. Between the two of you, you can make $100,000 a year. You can have a house, a car, internet, food. Food will be free because you'll be on food stamps. Health insurance will be free because you'll be on Medicaid, Medicare. That's where we live. All you got to do is vote Democrat. That's it. Vote Democrat. That's the society that we live in today. What?
Somebody just wrote, Tony, maybe your family should ask for reparations for doing it legally. I say to that, I'm sure they were being funny, but I say to that, absolutely not. We were following the law at that time. We did it legally, and I'm sure if I asked my parents, they wouldn't do anything different. They would just, they did it the right way. They're here legally now, and they are reaping the rewards of doing it correctly. But unfortunately, all these illegal immigrants that are being let in they didn't do it legally. They're playing the system that the Democrats have set up for them. And it's sad that all the people that have been waiting and doing it legally don't have the same rights that all these illegal immigrants are. And it's just sad for everybody.
Somebody
not
said,
only are they doing it illegally, but they don't even have to try. They don't
Exactly.
have to sneak in. They're being let in. I went to the border last year and I watched if someone comes to the Mexican border, they will be picked up by Border Patrol, taken to our side of the fence, and set free. Yep. Just because they came to the border. Nothing else required.
True. Absolutely true. It's a sad state we find ourselves in, but that is the end of the show today. This is the point where we remind you to hit that like button. Make sure to hit the like button. The more you hit the like button, the more people see this, the more people can follow at that point. Go back and leave us a comment in the comment section. Do you think Joe Biden's going to be on the ballot in November? And do you think that the 198 Democrats that voted against the SAVE Act are traitors to the country? Go leave us a comment in the actual comment section. We do like to read your opinions. Royce, can you see super questions? Can you go through, or do I need
not
to do
from
it?
Rumble, no.
All right, hang on. All right, let's do some super questions here. All right, this is from the Wolf092. This is for Graham Allen, Dear America Madden Cruiser Fund. What is that? Oh, is that the RV? Is that what it's?
What?
I don't know what that means. We talked about like a fund to do a. What is a Madden Cruiser? Is that an RV?
idea.
Madden Cruiser.
Yeah,
No idea.
I don't know. All right.
But anyways, thank you.
Yeah, all right. This is Sean, CDL 1979. Good morning, gents. I don't think Michael Obama can beat Trump. I was just thinking how hated Obama was at the end of his term because he was fining us for not purchasing Obamacare. ... Todd Hub.
Just end it with that.
Well, again, we hated Obama. The Republicans hated Obama.
Absolutely.
And again, I really think, because it's been so far, I think people are forgetting how much the left loves the Obamas.
Oh, yeah.
I think you
Oh,
are,
absolutely.
sir, I completely, with all due respect, I completely disagree.
I disagree with you too, because I have a lot of family members and friends who are very left, and
if you
they
told
would
them
vote,
Michelle Obama was running,
oh my gosh, they would jump on that train faster
They
than
would
fast.
be celebrating half naked in the streets, running around, turn the fire hydrants on, let the kids play in
They
the
would
street.
all-
They would be, I'm telling you, it's like we won the war. Anyway,
Obama's
all
like
right.
the dude from Breaking Bad. I forget his name, but the restaurant owner who he was a part of all these committees. Everybody loved him, but behind the scenes,
Gus.
he's doing all this stuff. Gus Freeman,
Yes.
right?
Yes, exactly. That is the Obama.
That is Obama.
Literally kind of looks like Obama. Either way. All right, this is Bat Pram, Semper Fi. Thank you for your service. Enjoy your crayons. How do you think the contracts that Biden has with the people supporting him will do? So the campaigning commercials, et cetera, they can't just break those contracts. I think pressure is on. Again, I disagree 100% because I think the Democrat Party will honor the contracts with whoever else is coming in. This is Miss Kitty, I guess is what it is. Going to try everything against us. No time to change the rules. There won't be an election. We don't need an election for our rightful president to be put back into office. Stop freaking out, Faith. I'm not freaking out. I'm telling you the truth. I think Trump has got the presidency. No ifs, ands, or buts about it unless Michelle Obama gets in. I'm trying to decipher what the play is for Democrats to keep Biden in when they could go 0 for 3. I don't see it. All right, this is Ash Dren. You guys need to research Lewy body dementia. It's a form of Parkinson's. Okay, all right, we'll check that out. This is Josh Born 08. Please pray for my nephew, Leo. He was born on the 4th of July and is in the NICU due to having atrioventricular septal defect and Down syndrome along with breathing issues. Absolutely. We're praying for your nephew, Leo, right now.
Absolutely.
God is the ultimate healer. Leo's going home. I promise you. I promise you. The Lord has his hand on Leo. I promise you that. All right. Sandy Smith, 0273. What happens to the Biden voters after the Dems push him out? Do they get angry at the Dems or just they do whatever the Democrat Party tells them to do? Tony, and I keep going to you because you have the most family here. Mm-hmm. Do you think Democrat voters will give a flying crap if they remove Joe Biden? You're like, well, now I'm not voting for anybody.
I don't think so, especially if they come, especially if the Obamas come out. If Barack comes out and he's like, this was the best thing for the country, we need to unify as a party and we need to support whoever is our candidate. They're going to vote for whoever.
Harry Sisson will be kicking and screaming.
No,
he will be upset.
Harry Sisson will do exactly what the DNC pays him to do.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. Phil Macrins. It's going to be Hillary and Harris. Hillary had Botox and has a book out in September. That wasn't Botox. That was Photoshop, dog. And I don't see Hillary making it. Sanctified Warfighter. We had several immigrants in boot camp that joined the Marines because they were grateful for having a chance to give their families a future. Things changed quickly under the Lickham administration. I agree. We had people as well that were serving, and one of the benefits of serving for a certain amount of time is, yes, you get your citizenship.
Right.
Hey, I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about doing it the right way. All right, Florida Bob. Me and Florida Bob have a good relationship, but sometimes a tenuous one. Let's see. Florida Bob says, if the Republican Party really wanted to pass the SAVE Act, they would have attached the debt ceiling so that Joe Biden could not veto it. The Republicans suck just as much as the Dems. I agree with you. There you go. I agree with you, Florida Bob. 99% of Congress needs to go. Mm-hmm. 99.5% of Congress needs to go. Do we have any YouTubes?
We do not, unfortunately.
All right. That's all we got for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We will be here tomorrow for a special Friday episode. We're going to, tonight, like I said, around 5:30 our time, Joe Biden's got a press conference live in front of NATO. We're going to see what happens and all this stuff. So we will be here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time, same place. Make sure you're here. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that follow button.
He's going to lick them. He's going to lick them tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to lick them. Lick them.
Sorry, Graham, I broke your contract.
All right.
Always go back to that.
We appreciate every one of you. All right. Royce, say goodbye. Oh, Andy's got the
because we
music.
didn't do it in the beginning. Hold on, let me turn off Tony's before I get it. Okay.
No,
Royce
fine.
wanted to get his music no matter what.
Yeah,
He said,
Tony, say goodbye.
Hasta mañana, guys.
All right. Pray this thing out. Dear Lord, it is a hectic time in our country, and we know that right now that many people don't know what's going on, but we know that you do. And we know that you are the ultimate healer. We know that your plans are ultimate. We know that you have our good. We know that you work out everything for your good, Lord, but we also know that people are dealing with real issues, anxiety, depression, broken homes, broken marriages, and the list goes on and on. Addiction, Lord God, we know that they are searching for something, and that something is you. Lord, we also realize that right now we need to take the opportunity. There are some people right now that do not know you, but they're ready to make that commitment in their lives. There's also some people that maybe have made that decision in the past, but they've fallen away and they want to re-up with you, Lord. So we pray this prayer. Lord God, we ask you to forgive us of our sins, both known and unknown. We ask you to make our heart new today and every day moving forward. We don't want you just as the Savior of our lives, but also as the Lord of our lives. From this moment forward, every step we take is in the footsteps that you have placed before us. Lord God, we thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your grace, and we thank you for your love of sending your only Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for my sins, everyone watching sins, and everyone all around the world from now until you decide to come back, Lord. Lord Jesus, from this moment forward, we are a new being created through you, for you, by you to advance your kingdom. And Lord, from this moment, we are created new. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your grace and your mercy. And all God's people said,
Amen.
Amen.
I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. And as always, stay free.